What's poppin'? It's your girl Jazzy J. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome. If not, what is up, buttercup? Today is Monday, which is my segment, manga and a mukbang, where I talk about whatever webcomics I want to talk about, and I eat food. For today, I got rice and beans. And guess what? I forgot to add salt. So it's a little bland. Thank God for pre-made sauces and coconut milk, because good Lord, I'ma eat it. I'ma eat it. It's good. It's good. It's just lacking a little bit because there's no salt. But it's good. Anyway, so last Sunday, was the Sunday before Labor Day. I'm sorry, I'm questioning that because I normally forget between which one is which for Labor Day, Memorial Day. So I think last weekend was Labor Day. It was a holiday, so I just decided to go ahead and take off because I didn't want to film. Ta-da! So I was like, you know what, that's okay. Let me go ahead and do this. And guess what day I'm filming this on? Sunday. So I'm a little behind schedule. But that's okay, because we're going to make it work. It's all good. It's not a problem. For today's webcomic, we're going to be talking about The Male Leads Little Lion Daughter. This one is different from the webcomics that I have talked about previously, because although it technically is a reincarnation story, it's really not focused as a reincarnation story. Like normally if you were to see a reincarnation, they talk about their past life, how they got to the new life, how they're kind of adjusting to the new life, how they remember from their old life into their new life. And this one, like, yes, the main character is reincarnated, but it's not really focused about it. And we don't find out that she's been reincarnated until like way later on in the story. So I wouldn't really call it a reincarnation story or an isekai. However, it is like a child growing up story. I don't have a good word for that, but like you start as a child and then you kind of grow up. So it's not really a coming of age story. I don't know. I'll have to think of a word for it because I've been baffled to this day. But it's a fantastic read. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and get into the video. If you're not already, go ahead and follow me on all my social media. I am on Twitter, Twitch, barely, Patreon for my Sims content. You know what? I was actually thinking about that, and instead of doing Sims plays, I might make Sims stories because I've always wanted to use pose packs. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon. Those are the ones that I'm really on. So yeah, and also if you are interested in learning a little bit more about me and my eating disorder that I was recently clinically diagnosed with, I'm doing that on TikTok. So go ahead and check that out. If you guys are interested in hearing more about that, then I can kind of do like a whole segment on here about that, just short videos of how I got to where I am. Up to y'all. But yeah. So The Male Leads Little Lion Daughter, it is a comedy, well, it is categorized as a comedy, drama, fantasy, love, and romance, even though the main character is a little girl. But again, she has the mind of like a 25-year-old, something like that. So the original language, it is a originally Korean webcomic. So the original language is in Korean. That being said, if you were to go online and find this webcomic wherever, depending on where you go, especially if it's a free site, The translations, although are going to be similar, they can vary depending on who is doing the translation. So just kind of be aware of that. Last I had read this, which was probably like a month ago now, it was at 50 chapters and it is still an ongoing webcomic. So it's not terribly long of a read. The chapters are longer, which I happen to like. So if you like longer chapters and not like just like a few pictures, like 4 pictures is one chapter. If you like 20 pictures, then it's good, okay? A quick synopsis of the whole thing. The handsome Duke Voroti, main character, is the most terrifying man in the Empire with the coldest of demeanors and a gaze that can kill. But one day, he suddenly says that he wants to adopt a child, and that child is me? After finding me at a shady orphanage, he whisked me away to his snowy palace without a second thought. Now I'm learning all the ways of the feared Voroti family from his knights. However, things get dicey when the Duke becomes suspicious of my origins with these fangs and jet black hair. Perhaps we are more than just kindred spirits. That's the synopsis. It's really good. Honestly, when I read it the first time around, I was just like, oh, this sounds like a nice read. Good synopsis plus phenomenal art. I'm hooked. The art quality does not drop throughout the entire webcomic. I mean, it's only 50 chapters, but it does not drop in quality throughout the entire time, and hopefully it does not drop. Because I be hating that when it drops in quality. Anyway, the main character, she goes by Leo. I think her full name is Leonetta, but her dad just calls her Leo, and everyone just calls him Duke Voroti, the father, the adopted. Wait, I know words. Adoptee father. Yes, adoptee father. She's an adopted daughter. I hate English. Oh, I'm supposed to be eating throughout this. I forgot to eat. Okay, anyway. So it starts off, our first few glimpses that we get is her, Leo, in an orphanage. Actually, no. The first we start off is with Duke Voroti, and he's talking to pretty much his only friend within the Empire, and how his friend recently had a child. And his friend is bragging to him about, you have no idea what it's like to be a father. This little creature in my hands is so adorable. He takes after me, takes after my wife. I absolutely love it. You know, why don't you settle down, get married, have a kid? Because you're not going to understand it until you have a kid yourself. And so originally Duke Voroti was just like, no, I'm not going to get married. No, I'm not going to have a kid. But the more he saw his friend talking about having a kid, he was like, you know what? Maybe I will get a kid because I want to see. So he starts going around to the different orphanages within the kingdom, or within the area that he's currently living. And he gets to the orphanage where Leo is currently residing. However, this particular orphanage is pretty much in shambles. The orphanage director, pretty much everyone that's working in the orphanage is somehow involved with fraud, with embezzlement, with abuse, with adultery, involved in it's most things are done under the table there. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they legitimately sold children to slave owners. So it's real sketchy. But Duke Voroti goes because he wants to find the perfect child for him, right? Finds this orphanage, asks to see all of the children. He's shown all of the children except for Leo. Leo is pretty much the most aggressive child, and because she has the mind of a 25-year-old, she kind of took on the leader. She kind of took on the big sis role to all of the other children, because she automatically, she knew from the gate what was happening to them was not normal and was not right. So she protected the others. Now, because of that, she got neglected and straight up abused a lot from the staff, minus one teacher. So she comes running out of the bushes after Duferoti sees all of the kids, and it's just like, there's no kids here that I think would fit with my family. She comes running out of the bushes and she's like, "Hey, you big man, can you take me out of here?" And Duferoti's like, "Is this a child that lives here at the orphanage?" And he's like, "I thought I asked to see all of the children. Why was this child hidden from me if she's part of the children who live here?" The director is just like, "Oh, well, this is a problem child. And, I can't, we didn't want to show you because she's disgraceful." So they look at, they have these, I can say powers. They're these powers. They're called fangs. And they are only inherited by the line of Voroti. So essentially the eyes start glowing, and it's kind of hard to explain. You'd have to see how it's drawn out and whatnot and pictures of it. But essentially it's kind of like fangs or spikes will come out of the ground, they'll crystallize out of the ground, and you get this abnormal amount of super strength and power to be able to take down your enemies. It's a broken power. It's broken, okay? Damn near nobody can beat him because of this power. So anyway, the thing about it and the reason why it's important is because if you're a Voroti, you can literally figure out who else in the world is a Voroti because your powers resonate with each other. So Duke Voroti's powers resonated with Leo. Now at the time, Leo didn't have a name. So she was just girl. That was it. That's all she was called, was just girl. But Duke Voroti is like, "I'm going to adopt you," because her eyes started glowing yellow as his eyes started glowing red. So they resonated with each other. Leo had absolutely no idea, but she was like, "That's fine. I really don't give a damn because I'm getting out of this crummy place." She's finally getting treatment. First of all, I would love to have a father like Duferoti. I don't want to have the backstory of Leo because that comes from abuse and trauma and neglect and manipulation, etc., etc., etc. However, if you want to have a man that's gonna come and sweep you off your feet, quite literally, because he can just pick you up, and then it's just so I'm going to take care of you and you're going to live with me and I'm the most powerful man within the continent and you can have literally anything and everything, I'm gonna be like, say less. And you're cute. No, you gotta, first of all, you have to remember that even though she is a child, she has the mind of a 20-year-old. So to her, it's not weird. Although she is kind of it's a little weird because he adopted me kind of thing, He's supposed to be my legitimate daddy. We find out later on, well, they're more speculating later on, that they're actually uncle and niece, because his sister, they're speculating, his sister who ran away actually gave birth to Leo, and something happened in between there. Nobody really knows what happened, and Leo got left behind or was taken by the orphanage, and that's how she ended up there. But they're all speculating that they're actually related by blood. Also because black hair and black eyes is not common in the Empire. Normally you would think, oh yeah, that's a pretty common trait it's not, like, in this world, it's not common at all. So that's another reason as to why. So the fangs, black hair, black eyes, and her demeanor, her personality, like, they're like two peas in a pod, okay? They're very similar. They're like, yeah, you were most likely blood related. Not father and daughter, but we are blood related. And from there, it's kind of just like the whole story of her getting education, becoming a Voroti, going through trials and tribulations, coming across people who want to do her harm from a very young age. Now again, the story isn't that far along right now, so it's not like she's had a lot of time to grow up and become a mature woman. Like right now, she's still like 7. I think she's 7. She's still a young girl. That's just where we are at the moment. So I know the story is going to continue on, and I can't really do too much more because I don't want to spoil it really much. But I would say go ahead and check it out. I think, it is a fantastic read. I know that they're still going to continue it. I hope they're still going to continue it because it's not like I know the artist or anything like that. I'll check it out and see if there is still... I'll probably get back to it like later in the year, closer towards like the holidays, because by the holidays there should be a good amount more chapters, maybe like 10 more chapters or something that I can just kind of binge. I'm a binger. I wait for a while and then I read. But that's just me. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I have for this. Go ahead and find it. I guess I can go ahead and link down in the description box where I actually went to go and read it, and you can go and read it for yourself. It is quite funny. I do like that. I do like a good comedy. I think I've said that before, but maybe not. I like comedy. It's a good read. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this video. So, if you like this video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. If you've read this video, tell me what you thought about it down in the comments below. Go ahead and turn that bell notification on so that you know when I post a video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would like to get monetized one day. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and share this webcomic, oh my gosh. Go ahead and share this video because I feel like webcomics is such a particular niche that not many people are out there talking about it. Yeah, tell me if you liked it or not and why down in the comments below. And again, if there's something in particular that you would like me to read, go ahead and request that down in the comments below. All right, but until then, I'll see you at the next one. Bye.